you heal.
Nice.
What? Oh, no
And those
shit.
tacits.
Off the
Let's
minion!
go. Let's get the fuck out
Off
of
the
here.
minion!
Let's get the fuck out of here and go to
Bro,
sleep.
that was off the
Let's
minions.
fucking...
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so here it is. Here is the massive clip dump for the second part of week 1 and the beginning of week 2. To start off our Deadman Mode adventure in this clip, you can see here I'm on my main account, and we are hitting off just a couple of alts who are trying to throw some chins in the MM1 tunnels. It's nothing really too glorious. I do actually wind up sculling up on the main. I'm really confident the small group of people that I'm with, and you can see we kill Voss, which is a lit general or something. Obviously that's his alt account though, you know, I don't want to appear disrespectful when saying that a lit general is like level 80 something. That's obviously his alternate account. But that's just how we open up the video. And having the Crux Grigri, and the quest was of course complete if you watched the first video. Having all this available, I decided to deskull training melees, and I actually ran a bunch of supplies. It was time to modernize the account pretty aggressively, so our altar boy was offline, so I decided, you know what, we're just going to go burn some ensouled heads. The XP per hour is not the same, but it's fast enough. It just doesn't matter. And of course, while I was there, I think that something really good to always unlock is the Karen Castle teleport. You know, if you don't have, especially if you don't have the Xerix talisman, this teleport is really good. So after getting the levels up, as we are a quester, we completed Piety here, very quick, very easy. The Ceradoman sword is such a utility item, I have to say. I am really starting to love the Sarah sword. Now this is a clip, this was actually a cutscene. You can tell if you look at my control panels, I don't have access to inventory, I don't have access to spells, I don't have access to any of that. This, I actually decided to run through the Proselyte Armor quest line, and you will see why. Basically when I'm training melees and all this other stuff, I have max prayer bonus, but that happened, and I was pissed. I was really pissed because it's just so cheeky. You know, it's just so cheeky. I was locked in a quest line, but didn't really slow me down too much, to be honest. My mining level at this point was not sufficient for Dragon Slayer 2, so to do a little bit of a rebuild, I just went straight into Shiloh and figured, you know what? I'm just gonna mine some gems, man. It's slow XP, but the money wound up being good. This was day 3 into day 4. This was like the nighttime, like maybe like 5 to like 10 Eastern time, day 3, and we wound up with a couple 100k cash. So of course Tarn's Lair came in. That's after the Haunted Mine quest. On the alt we were obviously slaying. The alt got in a really good position. It's now actually level 116 at the time of this voiceover, which is the 11th day of May, 8:15 p.m. Vesta Spear killing random stuff. So there we are. I actually... It had been so long since I had killed Tarn that I was just a little confused. I hit a couple zeros there, I believe, and I was just like, what's going on? Why can't... Is there any, like, special nonsense for this boss? But there wasn't, so I made a bunch of salve amulets. You know, I'm going to get to TOB. I need some people to wake up and activate for that. You know, everyone likes to push things off and say, oh, well, I'm not ready, which, you know, for TOB, yeah, okay, you need a lot of stuff to be ready, but I do want to get there. Now this right here, this is a long clip. We are charging for battle. This is the end of Dragon Slayer 2. Which is just a really great questline. You know, it's not my absolute favorite questline. I do like Song of the Elves as like my personal absolute favorite quest, but this is a pretty cool questline. The final battle, it's pretty cool. I'm actually really surprised. I'm really surprised that Jagex hasn't made an agility course out of it. Not that like for the main game, but not that like you really have much more you can do with agility. I mean, you have to keep certain skills just a slow grind, because if you don't, then RuneScape is no longer RuneScape. It's something else. I mean, we know that because of RS3, but I just think like the what is it? The aesthetics of, you know, jumping from debris piles to eventually kill the big dragon. It's just kind of cool, you know. It fits into the game really well. So we did that, and this whole Dragon Slayer 2 adventure, this was what was this? This was end of day 3, beginning of day 4 probably by this point. Not even 99 ranged yet, and we had a little adventure on our way to 99 range, to completing 99 range, as you will soon see in the clips. We kill Galvik, and it's actually a pretty interesting boss. It's, you know, it's easy if you're paying attention. I think everything in the game is easy if you're paying attention. You know, that being said, I haven't done the Inferno yet, but that'll be done probably during the tourney. I might just log out, go seriously sit down, learn the Inferno, grind it out, maybe try to do it on Deadman. I'd love to do it on Deadman. That would be amazing if I could do it on this Deadman. But yeah, rest in peace to Bob the Cat, slain in the line of duty, slaying the mighty dragon. And then we finish up the quest. We talk to the guy, and there it is, quest complete. The alt account slaying away during all that adventure, just non-stop slaying, and actually it was doing really well. You couldn't see it, that clip was so fast, but I had a Zamorak full helm, I had a god-colored full helm, I got it out of a clue scroll. I have been doing a small amount of clues, not a huge amount, but I got that out of a clue scroll, and it was really helpful. You know, the god-colored rune pieces are actually one more prayer bonus than a regular rune full helmet, so tiny little upgrade. And here it is, folks, Dragon Slayer 2 complete. Overall, not bad, not the slowest in the world, not the fastest in the world, though, either. Oh, yeah, here's the clip. This was just not a very joyful experience. This is like 4 Blazers, one of them with 99 Mage, just trying to kill me, and eventually they do. I had a feeling that I could run down backwards, because I actually tanked quite a ways, and I was surprised how far I was actually able to tank. See, they're not able to catch freezes, and going up there breaks that freeze, but what angered the shit out of me is that I can't, you know, it says that's the wrong way, because that is the wrong way for me on the path, but there's no return route. So now I'm cornered, and it just does not go well. They have 4 guys, 2 barragers. If I had 2 guys, more than likely, that would have gone way differently. If I had literally 1 or 2 other guys, that would have gone differently. But, you know, not really the end of the world. It just, again, dying in Deadman isn't really that bad. It's just annoying. So here we are now. This is after the quest, just doing a couple introductory Vorkath kills. I want to see just how painful it is to kill Vorkath with a rune crossbow. This is like the hardcore Iron Man on 07 goes to Vorkath for the first time kind of setup. Really newbie setup. So the kill took a long time, and it took a lot of supplies. Not gonna sugarcoat it all. It was a very I don't want to say unpleasant, but it was just a very, knowing that it could have been way faster makes me a little bit not so motivated to do it. And that being said, I did actually come back and try to do it a second time with a, what's it called, Dragon Hunter crossbow. And the difference between the Rune and Dragon Hunter crossbow, you know, without the bolts, and without a dex, and without the salve, it was not that noticeable against such a huge defensive and high health monster dragon. So didn't really speed up the process as much as I would have hoped. On paper, it's supposed to be 30%. It really didn't feel exactly like it was 30%. But yeah, so first Vorkath kill coming in. That was probably day 4. Like I said, you know, this tourney, it's a month long. It feels like a seasonal with a finale almost. And at the time of this recording, the 11th of May, I'm really amazed at the worlds, that we still have a full 12 worlds. I'm really shocked that Jagex has not lowered the world count like they used to do in the old seasonals. So it's pretty interesting. The meta seems to have shifted a lot. There's a lot more PvM. There's a lot more, like... It's weird. I mean, obviously there's raids in the game, which is cool, and you have scrolls and all that stuff, which is cool. But it's weird. The prices of items have really, really, really been very strange. Things like VLS's 35, 40 mil 07, things like DFS 30 mil 07, ACB 30 mil 07. It's very interesting. So here's the clip where I'm killing it with the Armadillo crossbow. Or I'm sorry, the Dragon Hunter crossbow, ACB, what am I talking about? The Dragon Hunter crossbow, and I was expecting more out of it, so it wasn't as glorious as I was hoping. I did expect quite a bit more out of it. I mean, overall, if you're able to kill Vorkath at all with anything, it's really not bad. I know a good friend of mine, Kinjello, he actually used to do Dragon Slayer 2 way back in the day, before tier 5s, before the potion shop, before anything like that. He was doing it, back when Jagex first introduced, like, the 1v1 concept, and, man, let me tell you, like, that was a very different time, and that was very hard. That made this extremely difficult. That made it way more difficult. Like, you were lucky if you got to... in a 7-day tournament, if you got to Vorkath day 5, you would go to Rune Dragons, pray for dragon crossbow limbs, and just get yourself some bolts, and that was like your item. And I do kind of actually prefer those types of tournaments because they really do force people to strategize. You can't just, it's not like you can just randomly get max. You can't just AFK max and have max gear swapped in. You really have to strategize, and we'll have to see what direction Jagex wants to take it. It looks as if they want to take it in the direction of who can do the best tribrid clicking in a square, which I'm not sure. You never even know hotkeys and all that sort of stuff. You do see it on a lot of different PKers live streams. And I even do quite a bit of Venge PKing. That's probably what I'm going to do for this final hour. So again, I do have a reasonable bit of experience. There are some clips in this video, this clip dump video, of me actually fighting on my alt. Kids want to fuck with me, and I just say, no sir. And I usually shut them down. It's mostly rag alts versus rag alts, never really main gear. I'm not really fighting Zuriel staff, double barrows, and a VLS on my alt. But even when I am, you stand up to people, and you'd be really amazed what you can do on an alt. And I do want to get Vengeance on my alt as well. I obviously have it on the main, as Lunar Diplomacy is a quest requirement for Dragon Slayer 2. But yeah, we're going to see some nice combat footage here after this wonderful Vorkath kill. And one of the reasons why I actually left Vorkath alone for a little bit, one of the reasons for that is because I got an early Dragon Unfinished Bolt drop, and I just passed it off to the team leader. I passed it off to King Barnes, and I decided that you know what, we got there's the drop. Anyway, oh no, that's not the drop. That's something else unfinished that I was looking at. But I decided, if I already have just one drop, just enough, just a few for whoever is using the ACB in the clan bank and stuff like that. So I decided just get them a couple, and then let's go back to Vorkath like the most efficient way, because as you can see, the timers there, personal best was what, like 3 minutes and 3:57 or something like that. Just absolutely insane. I'm not going to spend 4 minutes on a Vorkath kill, and honestly, you can't ask anyone. If I were a team leader and the Vorkath kills were taking 10 minutes a pop, I would turn around and say, you go max melee and we'll pass you a VLS. This is a really interesting clip because this is now like day 5. You can see the proselyte armor, what I fucking died for in the quest cutscene for. There's the alt just slaying away. Great stats for an alt. Amazing stats for an alt account. But here I am, day 5. I literally didn't have a defender. I totally skipped the defender and like really extended skipped the defender because I wound up with the Saradomin sword, which, is a great underrated utility weapon. That thing is so good. That should really be, it's way better than people give it credit for. You get prayer bonus out of it. It has the same strength and slash as a naked whip without the defender, and you have crush, which is good for your piety. So underrated weapon, Saradomin Sword. Didn't really need the defender, but I figured that, if I was going to go max melee, full max, 99, 99, 99, the best bet was to get the defender. It's 6 strength bonus, which is really helpful. Slash is almost entirely irrelevant. The Maniacal Monkeys have level 10 defense. Now here is some combat. This is actually after my team attempted to mass up for Corp. We had about 35. Dead Botting did his usual thing and called Frontline, CD, OT, Lit, everybody. And the client that tracks, the ops counter had the enemy team at 118. So here's some combat, and I actually only caught the end of it. I was actually fucking this guy up. I was faking into the Vesta Spear. I mean, it's a it's a Vesta Spear and Broadbolts. You're not going to do that much, but anyway, it was all good fun talking some trash to these kids, and they were really, the reaction from them when they pushed us out of the Corporal Beast cave, they got like 6 people, right? And we had rags. I don't know what everybody is paying attention to on Twitter, but our team is doing such a phenomenal job, and this clip right here proves it. This clip proves how insanely good our team is doing. So whatever anybody wants to say, the clip proves that we've got full Bandos and a VLS in a week. Thank you all for watching. I will see you next time.